Hey guys, it's Lilypad. Welcome back to another video. It is Thanksgiving. I really hope you guys are having a great time with your families and eating lots of turkey. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a pecan pie for Thanksgiving. And in case you kind of forgot a dessert and you don't want to buy one of the pies at the store, this is a really easy and quick pie recipe that you can make for yourself, and it only requires a couple of ingredients that you should already have in your pantry, and it's a really quick and easy recipe. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy. Let's get straight into the video. So the first thing we're going to do is to make our pie crust, and these are the ingredients. It's just 4 very simple ingredients that you should already have. It's just some all-purpose flour, some cold cubed butter, and the coldness of the butter helps get your crust really nice and flaky, and you just want to chop it up into little cubes to make making the dough easier. And then you want some salt and some sugar, and then now it's just time to combine our dry ingredients. So you're going to put your flour, your salt, and your sugar into your bowl and just give that a quick whisk together. And then what you want to do is add in your cold cube butter and just separate it if all the cubes are kind of like put together a little bit. And then you kind of just want to start kneading this with your hands so that eventually it turns into kind of like a coarse meal, and there are still some chunks of butter left, but the remaining butter is still incorporated into your dry ingredients. And so then what you want to do is add in a few tablespoons of ice cold water, guys. Ice cold water, because the cold helps get the crust nice and flaky, and just bring that together with your hands. And if it's too dry, just add in some more water, just a little bit at a time though, because you can't take the water out, but you can still add some more in if you need. So this will be done when you can press it between your fingers and a dough has formed. So what you want to do is just turn out your dough onto a piece of plastic wrap. It won't be like in one ball, but you kind of just want to shape it into a ball on the plastic wrap like I'm doing now. And if you really need to, add some more water. I just felt like mine wouldn't roll out into a crust if I didn't add some more, and you want to make sure that it can form a ball, and that's how you know if there will be enough water. So you just want to wrap this up and put it in the fridge. So now we're going to make our filling. You need brown sugar, pecans obviously, you need some salt, some vanilla extract, some milk, some flour, 2 eggs, and then you just want to put the eggs into a bowl, crack them in, and just beat them with a fork a little bit until they're kind of palish. Then you want to add in some melted butter, and then just whisk that, and whisk it pretty fast, because if your butter's still warm, then the eggs will scramble. Then you want to add in your brown sugar, your salt, your milk, your vanilla, and your flour, and then just mix that together until it forms kind of like a syrup. And it will look really disgusting and weird in the beginning, but if you keep mixing it, then it will eventually turn into a really nice kind of caramel brownish syrup. And then you just want to set that aside while we roll out our pie crust. So to do this, you're going to need 2 sheets of parchment paper, your refrigerated dough, and a rolling pin. And you can just put flour on your work surface and then roll it out, but I find that putting the dough in between these 2 sheets of parchment and then rolling it out saves you a lot of time and a lot of mess, because you can just throw the parchment paper out and the dough doesn't actually stick to the parchment paper, so you won't have to worry about that. So what you just want to do is unwrap your dough and put it on 1 sheet of parchment paper, and then put the other sheet of parchment paper on top. And I'm just going to set my plastic aside, and then take out your rolling pin and just start rolling out your dough. It might be a little hard from the time in the fridge, but you just want to keep rolling it out, and eventually it will be how much you need. And what I like to do is take my pie pan and put it upside down if it kind of like goes out at the edges. But here I am using a cake pan, and the reason for that is that it has a removable bottom, so I can remove my pie from the pan when it's done. But if you want, you can just use a regular pie pan. That's totally fine. And you just want to make sure that if you're using a cake pan, it has it obviously covers the bottom, but you also want to make sure it has enough room for the sides. And if you have a pie pan, just flip it upside down so the wide side is on the bottom. And if all of the, and if it is rolled out so that there is crust in to fill the space in the widest part of your pie pan, then you are good to go. Then what you want to do is have your pan at the ready, put your hand underneath the parchment, and then quickly flip it on to your pan. Then you want to carefully peel back the parchment. It might take a little bit of time, but you just want to keep working at it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to collapse your dough into your dish. Now this dish is obviously a very deep dish. If you have a pie dish, they're usually only about like 1 inch tall, so you won't have to collapse it as much. It usually just sinks right in, but just make sure that you're getting it in all of those corners. Here I was having a little bit of trouble with the dough, obviously, but I got to work with it in the end. I took some dough that was hanging off of the sides, and then I just made it as straight as I could with a knife, and you just want to work with it until you get it right. Then you just want to put this in the fridge for a little bit, maybe about 10 minutes, and then take that back out. And then what you want to do is add your pecans into the bottom of your pan, and then pour over that syrup we made earlier. And I just transferred this to a jug so that it would be easier for me to pour. And you just want to pour that all over your pecans. And then what you want to do is kind of push down the pecans a little bit with a fork or a spoon or whatever, just so that the syrup is covering all of the pecans, because if they're not, then the pecans can burn on the top. And then what you want to do is put this in the oven and at 400 degrees for around 10 minutes, and then at 350 for around 30 minutes, and then it is done. And you just want to let this cool completely inside the pan. And then to release it, if you want to release it, you can take a butter knife and just go around the edge of the pan. And because the crust has so much butter in it already, you won't need to, it won't like stick on it or anything, and you can just remove it. And now you can see why I had a removable bottom for my pan. So now all you have to do is just cut yourself a slice and enjoy. Thanks you guys so much for watching the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. It really helps. Comment down below what other recipes you would like me to make on my channel. And I also have a lot of holiday recipes coming up for you guys. If you want to get notified every time I post a weekly video like this one, just click the big red subscribe button down below. Also, I will leave a link up here on the screen somewhere. Also, if you want to get this pecan pie recipe for yourself, it is on my website, lilypadbaking.webs.com. The address is on the screen, and I will also link that in my description box below. I will link the recipe there. If you want to see a lot of great food pictures and whatever, go to my Instagram, pinklemonade465. The address is on the screen, and again, I will put a link to that down below as well. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye guys!